coming in live from Ontario, Canada. And I'm just gonna log on. It's been quite a minute since I've done a live, so it's kind of, I feel like I'm a newbie here. If you are watching live, please say hello. Please say where you're watching from. I would love to know. There we are. I'm here. Yes. So it is working. Perfect. So I am going to be featuring today Impressions Abloom, which is a beautiful sweet collection that is part of the online exclusive. But what's going on at Stampin' Up lately is that if ever you're buying anything that's part of a sweet collection, you get another part of your choice, any sweet, at 50% off. So this is happening all month long, so it's a great opportunity for you to do that. So I was thinking maybe for the rest of the June, I will be featuring a bunch of those sweet collection. So, and I have to say that I'm celebrating my 19th year as a demonstrator with Stampin' Up this month. So I'm thinking of doing a couple of fun things. So I do need to catch up. I used to go live pretty much every day. And actually you were watching me from Regina in Saskatchewan, where my husband works. And now it's summertime. I'm back in Ontario. So I have to adjust with the time. I do miss Regina tremendously. I love the weather there, the blue skies, no humidity, no bugs, that sort of thing. But our golden retriever is very happy to be back home, and so am I, just because we're close to the children and everything. So right now you're like in my little coffee area, but part of my stamping and crafting stuff are still in Regina, but coming back in Ontario in July. I think it's July, hopefully. So I miss like my background and all my crafting stuff. So I feel like a bit distorted. So I was like, do I start lives again? But I was like, yeah, I could do this. So it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm going to be doing a lot. I have In Color Club in Ontario on Wednesday. And if you want to be part of my club, either in person, to go, or even just a PDF, you'll have that option. So we did do Darling Duckling last month, and then this month I'm doing, they don't know, I'm doing Strawberry Slush. But there it is for Fun Fold, and I always include a cute box, and then it includes products and little gifts and that sort of thing. I was having a little bit of issues because some of my orders were going still in Regina, but now I've resolved that, so we're good to go. I also did my monogram personal collection, which I did in person, but I will have that option as well to go, so you will be able to see that in my emails. Everybody got this cute bag. It was actually decorated with their initial on there, and then they got all the content of what was inside. I like to do that too. So I do have, I think it's 2 left, and I still have some parts of product in Regina. So I said to Chris, you need to send me that, and then at least I could just spread the wealth for the leftover that I have. So it was fun. I feel like we always stamp for others, but this thing is like a little gift that you could stamp for yourself, and it has little note cards and a book, and then you could add, like, the party alphabet dies are a must. I don't know if you have them with the banner, but it's truly a beautiful set that you'll use forever. So think about that. So I'm not too sure if some of you have bought it or not, but it's kind of fun. So I have a beautiful collection to play with. I'm gonna put my screen down, and we are gonna make a little simple card for today. And then I'm gonna be continuing with the same collection this week. So you see I'm in my shorts today. And the reason why is my husband is back in Regina, and I am focused on exercising again and doing my steps every single day. So this is what's happening. Just gonna try to zoom in here. There we go. That's a little bit better. So you have seen which color we're gonna be using today. So it's a beautiful color combination of Pretty in Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Flirty Flip. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do Pretty in Pink. Yeah, so Pretty in Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Grainy Apple Green. And I think this idea does not come from myself. It actually comes from Stampin' Up. They have inspired me with the catalog, so I just wanted to make sure to highlight that I'm using their technique. There we go. Just catching up here. It's a little slow. And if you are commenting, I might have, oh, I see now. So I'm seeing the comments. So Kim, good morning. We have missed your lives. Oh, thank you so much. And then Patty says, congrats on 19 years. It was fun talking in Germany. And then Paul is there. Oh, he says that they're heading for hot days in Utah. And then Paul is asking for a PDF. I'm not too sure which one it is, but I'm gonna say that the monogram, I have decided that I'm gonna do one PDF with the note cards, and then my actual big box, sorry for the reach here, this could feature larger cards. It was a little like, you know, I'm a people pleaser, so when class attendees came for this one, I let them choose any gallery paper that they wanted. So then the colors got mixed because they were using different papers. Everything I had pre-cut, pre-scored, and die cutted, but I can't do the stamping part. So if you're doing this as a class, you might not want to give that option, but it's kind of nice because I took, well, actually one of my downline took a couple of pictures, and when she did show this collection, the class, everybody had different paper, and it was like kind of very pretty. But you see that these are note cards, so, but they could fit an actual larger card, and I like to embellish and add a little bit of bling and all of that. And then everybody got their notepads and then the kit and so on. So I'm thinking of doing both options. So this week is video for sure. And then you see I have leftover yellow nails is because I was doing the End Color Club. So both of them will be available as PDF. My goal is, since Chris is away and I'm like we're like home here, I'm goaling at having one PDF in my store per week, but if I could do two just to catch up on time, because for May, like we were traveling back and then we had the incentive trip, like I need to catch up on stuff. And this past week, my husband was home, so I did want to spend some time with him, which we worked super hard. So I don't know if you have the Impressions Abloom collection. It is, darling, it's a beautiful set. You know, I was like, oh, flowers again, but now I realize as I'm getting older and turning 50 next month, I love flowers. There's so many possibilities, and it's like, you know, priceless. You could use them over and over again, so that's kind of fun. And it pairs beautifully with Sweet Blooms, which is another sweet collection that's part of the catalog, and that's why I decided to blend them together. So these have dies, and you'll say, what is she doing? I added my dies on a huge magnet, so at least it goes a lot better when I have my class attendees at the house, and we don't lose any dies. So Floral Impressions has a pattern paper, and you might have seen it, and I will tag it in the post so you'll get to see it, but I just went with the Fresh Freesia, this pink plain background, so that was one of my focuses. And I've already done this cute envelope. You know, it always has to blend with the collection. So today we're gonna use basic white because you know me, I love white. I'd stashed on so many packs, brought them back here in Ontario, and I'm already halfway through because I used so much of them. So this is a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're starting smoothly as this girl has not done a live in such a long time. So if you're catching the replay, please say hello. It is June 16th today. Yesterday we hung low, drove my husband at the airport at 3 a.m. So it was a very chill day for Riley and I. It's her birthday week, so we're gonna have fun together. I will spoil her to pieces. It's just she doesn't want me to go stamping. She wants me to hang with her all day. She's like our golden retriever. I like to give it a very nice crisp fold after I've done my other fold, just to make sure it falls right on the exact spot. Our second piece of cardstock today is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So this one is just going to fit right in here. So it's a simple card. For the End Color Club, I went really with some fun folds, but today, just to start slowly, just going with a basic card. It has a coordinating embossing folder. Not sure if you guys have gotten this one, but it is called Press Flowers Embossing Folder. I love how you can just choose exactly where you want to place it. So if you want a lot of the pressed flowers, you could go more on your left side, but if you want less flowers, then you could just go more on this opposite side right here. So today I do want lots of them, so I'm just gonna go and place it. And I try to align it like before on that little Stampin' Up line, just to make sure that I'm very straight. So Paul is saying, take your laptop while you lounge by the pool. I'm gonna say lots of mosquitoes here, so it's been a minute, like in the sense that it's kind of hard to sit. They love me. I don't know. I had a friend who is in the Netherlands, and she says, oh my goodness, and she does live sometimes here in Ontario, and she goes, they love my husband. Well, mosquitoes love me. But somebody else said that I should use coffee ground and something else that repels mosquitoes. I don't know if you have mosquitoes in Utah, but here they're quite... So this folder is not a thick one, it's not a 3D one. So that's why I use plate number 1 and then 2 plate number 3s. So simple as that. And then we're just gonna mount this right on top. Anybody sign up for Creativity Now? So that's an event hosted by Stampin' Up. It's virtual. So I'm sad that I don't get to meet people in person, but I will log on Saturday for Creativity Now. It's a beautiful collection. And then I'm assuming we'll get some sneak peeks of new products, which is fun too. So I signed up. I should count all the events. We have like a history of events of how many we've attended, and I'm like, oh, I would love to know. But a greeting would be cute right there. Paul is saying that they do have mosquitoes. Arlene is from Burlington, Ontario. So Arlene, she saw my porch. I embellished my porch this week. I always add some ferns because we have a wraparound porch around the house. So she was like suggesting that she would catch up with me and come and have a glass of wine on our swing on the porch. And I was like, yeah, come on over. It was like funny. So if you have lots of leftover pieces of cardstock, this is for our next step. I like to use that. Part of the collection is this shape. So this is a very common shape. Ovals I love because you could use them on any card. So they are part of the Impressions Abloom. I'm gonna give you a little tip, and I don't know if you're a demonstrator or if you're just a customer, not just in a bad sense, but just like a customer that you might not know this, because I had some people message me. But if you are a customer and you are, let's say, putting the paper Abloom only and not the full suite, then that 50% off with Stampin' Up is going to be applied to the cheapest thing. So I made sure that when I did place my order, it was the full suites. I would get 50% off on both. So that's a little quick tip that you might want to look into to get that full 50% off. So here's part of the circle right here. And then just grab the other part right there. It is stuck in here. Let's see if I can get it out. So you could cut both. They go inside each other, so you could do both at the same time or separate. So this one has like this nice little dot part. So if I just sit it right on top, it would go right here. So you could do with or without the border. I'm just gonna go with the border. And then I'm just gonna grab some fresh freesia. And then we're just gonna add some right in here. Flick a little bit of the light fresh freesia. You could also tap, because they say not to use our tip, but I still use the tip. Let's just add a little bit more. And that's just for like a soft, colory look right here. Now I'm gonna pull out this one, large circle right here. Maybe like this little guy. It's kind of fun when you put them on magnets because you get to choose. We're gonna go with this one. I'm using a lot, right? Let's grab a couple of these little flowers as well. And this guy. So when we are cutting these pieces, what I suggest is that you place the emboss section on the inside. So it's gonna emboss at the same time as it's gonna die cut. So we have this one. Now let's do, this one had an accident. You know when you do classes, if you see, I think it got die cut embossed at the same time. So it's okay. I think it's still functional. So we're gonna try that. This is the joy of crafting with beginners, but I still cherish these moments. Gonna grab this other little tiny one. And this saves a lot of time if you're doing all your die cutting at the same time. Perfect. Bingo, I just have it right here. We are gonna use some foliage right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab Sweet Blooms. And as a large greeting, I'm gonna use the blooms right here. So we're gonna go like this. So you see everything's on basic white. And from the Blooms collection, I want more foliage. I'm just gonna grab this one as well. So if Impressions Abloom and then the Sweet Blooms you don't have, just get them both. And then when you get them both, it's one's gonna be 50% off. Like how cool is that? And I checked last night, they were still in stock, so you should be good to go. Okay. So I feel like I want to revamp. I don't know, you guys must have seen my studio in Regina. It was very tiny. And now some of the furniture's coming back. I feel like I want to revamp the entire area here, because here I do have some space for attendees. So, and I have like a section of retired stuff, and like I'm trying to reset and reorganize everything. I don't know, do you reorganize your craft room over and over again? Like that's me. If you ask Tammy if she was here, she would know that we just move stuff around and reorganize. Like I'm finicky that I'll have my stamp set in alphabetical order, what's online exclusive, that sort of thing. What's retired has a section. Look at these, those are cute. but I feel like I just want to re-change things around, maybe add some frames, but now the hubby's gone and I'm not good at making holes in the walls. So, good. Karen's saying, good morning, Kim. It's been a while. Yay, so happy to see you. And then Nicole's asking something. Kim, you are cutting out. Oh, she's saying I'm cutting out. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm cutting out. I do not know. We have like the best internet here, so it's a lot better than in Regina. Is it better now or still cutting out? Nicole's saying it. Yes, she reorganizes all the time. Phew, I'm not the only one. So as I'm cutting all these basic white pieces, I was thinking to myself, this would have been a great card just with white, but I'm not going to do that to you. But it would be lovely to just see this card in whites. Like if I got here, removed all these pieces, add this section, not put any fresh freesia, and then just build this card and start adding my flowers and so on, like it would still be pretty. And add like a simple, like it would be a great wedding card if I pop this up like this. Like white on white would still be stunning without having any fresh freesia at all. I just feel like it's a great set, and I wish Stampin' Up! Made more of these words, and I'm hoping maybe I should put it in their sandbox. I hope they have like Christmas words. My favorite stamping time of the year is fall and the holiday season. So I'm just hoping that, I can't wait. Like I can't wait. I go insanely crazy on doing designs. Right now we can't see which designer series paper are coming for Christmas. So that's a bit like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what they come up with. So once I know, then I'll be able to organize all my Christmas class. I don't know, like if you're like gaga over Christmas, what's your favorite thing? Like I do like to do birthday cards. I like to do other types of cards, but Christmas and fall. Anyways, in Ontario, fall is like stunning, so. I'm gonna add here a little bit of stuff. Riley wanted to go outside. I'm like, no, I gotta go do a live. So this is just, you could also pop it up if you want to, up to you, or you could just glue it directly. Also, adhesive sheets are great, but I'm going with the very beautiful green glue, which is my favorite. But if you want, you could die cut with adhesive sheets. You just add your adhesive sheet on the back. It's great for fine die cutting. And then the only thing is it would be very flat. You wouldn't have as much texture because everything would be glued down. So either or. Reach out for those adhesive sheets. But I just have no issues using the green glue. If you have trouble with fine motor dexterity, this is the nurse in me talking, then you might want to do the adhesive sheets. So, okay, so now let's pull. We're gonna start with the bloom part. And we're gonna go with the dark, flirty flamingo. Grab your wide tip and you're just gonna go ahead and add some color. Stampin'Blends are alcohol based, so they dry very quickly. So now we have this color right here. It's done. It's gonna dry slowly. Once again, I'm gonna take out my green glue. Look, isn't these greetings? They have lovely that comes with that greeting and bloom, which I use for in Color Club. Now, if you are one of my customers and you shop with me, and you purchase for $65 or more, you're gonna get 12 tutorial with my artisan friends that we made for the month of June. It's Impressions Abloom. If you you are not from my country, or you even don't you're not shopping directly with me because of for whatever reason, you could still purchase it. It's in my PDF store right now. I think US customers, when they purchase in Canada, they get a great deal because of our exchange rate. I don't know when it comes down to other countries if you're paying less than the amount, but at least we have both options. So here is the bloom right there. So that's fun too. And if you missed out in May, well, you could still get the May one as well. It's there too. So that too, you can purchase the one. So now I have Pretty in Pink here. We're gonna do the same thing. This one is the dark Pretty in Pink. So I have some Flirty Flamingo. I did add some Flirty Flamingo because it's a new right there. And then let's see how it dries. But we have one of the flowers right here. Now I'm gonna use the light Flirty Flamingo. So even if I wasn't live, guys, I just want to say I have been stamping like crazy. So you're gonna see a lot of stuff. I've stamped for others, for people that have asked me to be a guest designer. Like there's a lot coming. It's just I can't post until they post. With Stampin'Up as well, you're gonna see another bundle that I've designed with. And you might have a surprise as well popping up of something else I've been working on. So it's not because I'm not doing anything, it's just I wasn't coming on live. And I could have been stamping in my nice area where I do all my videos, but with Facebook, I can't go on the opposite side to be on your proper side. So this here is dark fresh freesia in the middle, light fresh freesia. Now we're gonna go with light fresh freesia again for here. So instead of using cardstock and stamping, I'm just going with the blends, which is perfect. And then I could go a second time to do some darker sections. Let's grab our dark fresh freesia right here. I'm gonna switch its sides, and now we're gonna add some specks here. Let me show you. Look how fun that is. It just adds a bunch of different elements. If you prefer, you could go ahead and stamp with the stamp set. I just went decorated, so I could do lots of flowers like this. Here we go. We could have done dark on dark as well. That could have been fun. So there's so many possibilities. I'm gonna do our little circle here. Dark fresh freesia. Add these elements. Now I'm gonna reach out for my light grainy apple green. Not a color that I use too often, but with the light version, it's kind of nice to see a different green instead of using old olive. So I suggest that you start pulling this color back out. It's kind of fun. It's that perfect spring summery green, I feel like. And now I'm just gonna add these. So if you're wondering, they come from the Sweet Blooms collection. So I'm just blending both. So having those two sweets collection is kind of fun. So I think this entire card needs like a box. It needs maybe little tags. Like once I start, you know me, I can't stop. And I'll just build so on. Perfect. So these little leaves are part of the Impressions Abloom as well, so you can peek a couple through. I'm just going here. Perfect. So now we're going to start assembling our card. I'm going to move a couple of things aside. I think. Flirty Flamingo, the light one. Is this the light one? Such a big difference between both. And the dark. Let's try the dark. I think I need more of a variety of colors in here. Like these little bits of flowers, you get 2 dies, so you can make 6 flowers by die cutting in one shot. So that's fun too. So he says, did you know that the embossing folder was designed to use to deboss side as the primary side, so it gives you that impression of pressed flowers? I love that idea. No, I did not know that. So that means I need to try the deboss side for pressed flowers later this week. So I am going to be live tomorrow. I will not be live on Wednesday because I have 3 appointments, as well as my End Color Club. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just come live at a different time, but that would be too adventurous to try to do that with 3 appointments, dog duties, etc. So I won't be live on Wednesday, but I will be back Thursday and Friday. Now I love to use, and then I'm gonna do Paul's technique, since he said we should do the debossed image. So I think that would be a great idea. You always learn, right? You learn all new stuff, the possibilities. If we only had more time is what I say to myself. So I'm just adding these here. So this one is the light. Just gonna add it there. Like I've seen so many of these, like everybody's building their own little flowers. You could go all around. A photo would be cute on the inside too, if ever you have like somebody's birthday or something like that. Now, sometimes we do things and we change our minds, which is right now. I'm deciding to add fresh freesia, but the dark one, because I do want a variety of colors, and I just felt that it wasn't standing out enough. So now I'm just gonna add that, and then I'll repeat all of these so you know exactly. So for this afternoon, I think we're getting rain like for many, many days here. So for this afternoon, I am gonna take my puppy outside to play and all of that, and I have some stuff, duties that I have to attend to, like removing all the weeds and that sort of thing. So I'm going to do that. And then tomorrow, or even maybe tonight, I'm going to start attacking my entire craft space, changing things around. And I will give you a tour once it's over and done. I do want to add some different elements to it. Frames on the wall that you could see specific collections or whatever I'm designing. And yeah, and I think I want to do like my brain has been going a mile a minute. I feel like I want to do like a Christmas section area once, because my Christmas classes start in July. I'm going to do a Christmas in July event, so that's going to be going in very soon. So you see how the bloom, I didn't even use any different cardstock. Today we use basic white all the way, and I just use my blends. So I suggest if you're traveling, if you're not stamping in your regular area, you might just want to add and use this technique, because adding a couple of markers and bringing them, the Stampin' Blends up, is a simple way where you could just craft anywhere. If you want to craft in your dining area, here we go. So I'm just adding a couple little babies in the background. Now, I like to work with odd numbers, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This here is the light flirty flamingo. This here and this one is the dark flirty flamingo. This is light grainy apple green, and this is light fresh freesia. This is dark fresh freesia. So you get to see a cute combination. Love Baker's Twine, the essential packs. I know we all have our favorites. Paul is asking, am I going to do some virtual class? And I know we had that discussion. So I've been doing the PDF because that for me is secure. It feels like it's an easy thing to do, but doing like a Zoom virtual class, I am tempted to do that for sure. It would be new to me though, to do that and host and as we all stamp together, but that would be great. So it's on the to-do list for sure, especially for events. I like to theme up, like I like to have like a theme going. I know for attendees, like a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I wish you were not in Canada. So I wish actually that we were all like working together, like in the Europe, like Canada and USA were together. So then I could have and send some packages in the mail, but I can't because I'm Canadian. So the perks that I can't send to you, unfortunately, but virtually would be fun. You would just have to get your own little kits. It is tempting. I also do card club by mail, so that I could send anywhere. So that's in Canada only, sorry. So that has been happening as well. Monthly. Sometimes I add like cookies that coordinate with the collection. I just like to do that sort of perk. So you could imagine that with the Christmas collection and Halloween, I don't have any little babies anymore at the house, but it's still something that I got, and I think I was gonna do like a full Halloween collection because I just ordered it. So as demonstrators, we get to pre-order, right? So I just pre-ordered. And then you could just add any bling that you have at home. The strawberry slush blings are super cute, which I'm using a little later on this week, but whichever you want, you could just add them there. I think I brought some, let me see. Nicole was saying that I was cutting in and out. I should get myself a mic. That's me. It's because I move around, so it's probably that's the reason I was cutting in and out. So any bling, I would just add 3 maybe here and there. And then this is quite simple, but again, we only use basic white for our card today. And then, yeah, just embellish your envelopes. And even if you wanted to, you could also embellish the inside by stamping a coordinating flower that you could add here. I also keep some extra little pieces so we could add a couple of extra little blings. So let's go here. If you are following my blog, you'll get to see that I've done these in note cards. I like to include note cards. So by the end of the week, you'll get to see with the note cards, with the full collection. We'll have to do Paul's debossing, etc. So this one here is only with pretty and pink. So you see the difference between the two. One is a lot brighter than the other, and here are the little blings. I don't know what I did with the other ones. So it's kind of fun. And I would just make a bunch of them. So when there's a birthday or any event, you could add that. And then for my In Color Club, when I designed this box, I did bloom where you planted. So that's fun. You could add any of the greetings from the Sweet Blooms, or if you want, you can use the Impressions Abloom. So I suggest if you are a flower lover, both sweet collections are darling. You'll want to invest in them. It's perfect for summer creations, birthdays, Thank you. So fun. So we will see each other tomorrow, and I'll have something, a new design. Tomorrow I'm thinking a fun fold. Yeah, we're doing a fun fold tomorrow, so it will be different. So if you want to join me, I used to go a little later, but now that I'm back in Ontario, I find that noon is pretty appropriate, especially if you're on your lunchtime, that sort of thing. Hello to my friends back on the West Coast. I have missed you, and it's been they say a move is as hard as anything, like hard things in your life, and it is kind of stressful, regardless that we didn't move any content yet or anything like that. But the fact that I'm away from my husband, like we still had a little routine back in Regina, but I'm still happy to be home in our home in Ontario. So thank you for watching, everyone. So Paul is saying, oh, Patty's saying a very pretty card. Yeah, so simple today. Very beautiful. Kim is saying so pretty. Oh, yes. I'm assuming you all did something very similar. In my tutorial with the group that I'm part of that you could get for free or you could purchase if ever, I did a fun fold for that one. So it was a little different. Same type of color combination. I think I used Old Olive, Fresh Freesia, but it was a fun fold. So it's kind of, you could almost build this card and then use the card from my tutorial with the global team that I'm part with, and they would still blend beautifully for sure. So I don't know, are you more Flirty Flamingo, the darker version, or are you more of a soft version where it's the pretty and pink and everything stays pretty subtle? I would love to know which one you prefer. And then I just want to catch one message. So Paul's saying Zoom classes would be great. Michaela and Emma do the virtual Zoom classes, and they are a lot of fun. A private Facebook group too. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Maybe we could do that. Especially that you guys need to keep me busy, just because it's kind of hard to be apart from each other with Chris over there, and flights are very difficult. So maybe that would be interesting. I'll keep an eye and think of what I would want to do. Maybe, like, you know what, Paul, maybe a Christmas in July. You need to be exposed to my Christmas classes. It's too fun. Well, enjoy your day, everyone. I will be back tomorrow. And, you know, today was a little rusty. Tomorrow's going to be better. So thanks for your support. Bye-bye.